You going to help me? All right.
We have like 2 rows of people.
That's very cool. Your family takes up 2 whole rows. Ruthie's family takes up at least 2 rows every time you come. That's what we were just talking about. Kanahara, poo, poo, poo. He wants to sit closest to the rabbi. Is that okay? We're good. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We have a few wonderful things we have to do in addition to Shabbat. One is, it is Simcha Shabbat. We are celebrating everybody with birthdays and anniversaries in February. We've got extra people here, more people than what are just in my list. I know who you are. And we have special gifts for everybody who came who have birthdays or anniversaries in February. And we also have to celebrate, I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. We also have to celebrate the fact that we're starting a new month. It wasn't supposed to do this anymore, but it feels like it's doing it when I wiggle this. Doesn't it? That's not good. I'm trying not to wiggle it. I try to wiggle it, it doesn't do it. I try not to wiggle it, and it does do it. I don't get it. I could do it, but then nobody would know what I was saying. It's a good idea. So Shabbat Shalom. So we're going to celebrate the fact that the month of Adar 1 starts on Tuesday and Wednesday. There will be a quiz in a little while. You'll have to remember that information. Adar 1 starts on Tuesday and Wednesday. You got that? Some people are sitting there going, I got it. So I love Adar 1 for a bunch of reasons. One is, it means we're going to have an Adar 2, and we have a leap month. And that means we've got a whole extra month to play with. And I love having a spare month. I love not having to be ready for Purim already. I love not having to be ready for Passover a second after that. I love having this spare time in the middle here. Also, as some of you already know, my birthday's in Adar. Some of you in this room have birthdays in Adar. And when my birthday is in Adar and we have a leap year, it means I get 3 birthdays this year. Now, some people may think that's terrible. That means I'm getting like twice as old. But no, that's not what it means to me at all. But I do get 3 birthdays. Usually by the 1st or 2nd birthday, everybody else is bored of my birthdays. But I still think it's cool to know that I have 3 birthdays this year. So I hope that many of you have 3 birthdays too. So we begin today with the word of the day. And the word of the day is... It starts with a S. Remember, it's no sin to be a lefty. With this vowel, what's this vowel? E. So that's a C. And this is a missile mountain mem. There's a mountain here, and the bottom is missing, and there's a missile on it. And the vowel is resting schwa. Try it again. Ready? You're close. Sometimes it does make that noise. I'm glad you said that. Then it's a moving schwa like this. But now it's a resting schwa like this. So this part says sim. And then we have the none of the above letter, and none of the above sounds like because that doesn't sound like anything else you know. And then this vowel sounds like And then we have the silent hey at the end. You know it's a hey because there's a hole here and this is hanging. So the word, when you put it together, you have simcha, simcha. So in Hebrew, in modern Hebrew, we would say it simcha. But in Yiddish, how would you say it? Simcha. Well, yeah, in Shreveport, you'd say simcha. No, you leave out the chaching altogether. So you'd say simcha or simcha. If it's Yiddish, then you say, I'm trying to see if I can swap this for something else. Do we have the other one, Tim? would you go up to him, go back up there and grab it? I'll tell you what, watch this. The word simcha, simcha means joy, and you've heard it in have you heard Simchas Torah? That's what they were trying to say. It means joy of Torah. That's the Yiddish pronunciation, or Simchat Torah in Hebrew. A simcha is a joyous occasion. A simcha is a joyous occasion, and that's what we're doing tonight for all kinds of reasons. We're making this into a joyous occasion. You ready? Woot, thank you. Let's see if this helps. We're going to take that one out. We're going to put this one in. I'm going to stop it for a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if this works. Are we on? Okay, can you hear me? Tim, is it on? I don't hear me. You can hear me? I can't. If I whisper, you can't hear me. I know. Louder. Tim.
Might be turned around.
Oh, yeah, right. Technical difficulties, everybody. Sorry about that. All right, so what we're going to do first is take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Try again. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Because we're really good at leaving our troubles behind. We don't care about troubles at all. They don't bother us at all. We're going to do this. We're going to turn this on. And we're going to ignore the fact that we're wearing something on our head, and we will be fine. How cool is that? See, this is my job every day, is that the technology doesn't work, and I trick it into working every single day. For the candles and the Kiddush as we welcome Shabbat, and the Nierman Bronig. And we rise for the candle blessing and the Kiddush, page 65, and we talk about our place in the history of the world.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Let there be joy.
Let there be light.
Let there be peace.
Let there be Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue with the Kiddush on pages, I don't know, where are we doing? 165, 166, 167. We're going to do one line in Hebrew, 167, and the rest in English.
Ready, guys? 67. When you're there. Okay. Down here at the bottom. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Barei Puri Hagafen.
And then on 166, we're going to say,
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat.
So Ruthie, what do you think? generation to generation to generation. Thanks to Ruthie for this one. As we may be seated, if you wish each other Shabbat Shalom. Find someone you came in with and someone you didn't come in with. Shabbat Shalom. And as we use our imagination, we try to imagine that Shabbat is our bride and we are the groom. It takes a lot of imagination for us to be the groom, but we're going to welcome the Sabbath as if a bride on page 66. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmi'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Did I just change melodies in the middle of the song? I think so. And you went right with me. I love you for that. Likrat Shabbat lechuvan elcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. The other one was good too. Hitoreri, hitoreri. Wake up, wake up. Kiva orechu mi ori. Ori, ori, shir daberi. Kivod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. And if you look really closely, you will see, here she comes. Bohi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola. Toch emune am segula, bohi chala, bohi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nikabela. We have really good imagination. Wait, actually, what? I didn't expect that. Yeah, I know. We continue on page 67. Look who's there. We have 2 Shabbat brides just came in. That was like freaky, man. I love when that happens. When you believe hard enough, it happens. The bottom of page 67, we have come together to strengthen our bonds with our people Israel. Like Jews of generations past, we celebrate the grandeur of creation. Like Jews of every age, we echo our people's ancient call for justice. Our celebration is a sharing of memory and hope. We are Jews, but each of us is unique. We stand apart and alone with differing feelings and insights, and yet we're not entirely alone and separate, for we are children of one people and one heritage. Our celebration unites many separate selves in a single chorus. And we are one in search of life's meaning. All of us know despair and exaltation. All bear burdens. All have moments of weakness and times of strength. All sing songs of sorrow and love. May our celebration bring us strength along our way. In this circle of hope, in the presence of the sacred, may the heart come to know itself and its best, finding a fresh impulse to love the good. May our celebration lead us to work for the good. And may this Sabbath give strength to us and to our people Israel. And it is awesome when brothers and sisters are here together. And today, we're all brothers and sisters. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. So I picked this service because of readings like this. If we can say, many are the generations of Ruthie. You see, many are the generations of Ruthie, and in every age we have sought the living God through Sabbath rest and worship. This time and place hold the power to increase our joy in the eternal. O God, even as we seek you in the sanctuary, help us to know that your glory fills all space. Make us understand that you are with us at all times, if we but open our minds to you. We feel the presence of your Spirit in our homes and on our ways. We see the beauty of your creation in mountain, sea, and sky, and in the human form. We hear you in the silence of our own hearts, speaking the truths the heart knows. May we be your witness to the world, your messenger to all the earth. May we show forth your image within us, the divine spark that makes us human. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala, ba'agala, u'vizman kariv, v'imiru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach, la'alam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpahar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemeh dekudisha, brichu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'meru, amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. As day departs, as the dark of night descends, we lift our eyes to the heavens. In awe and wonder, our hearts cry out. Eternal God, how majestic is your name in all the earth. A vast universe, who can know it? What mind can fathom it? We look out to the endless suns and ask, what are we? What are our dreams and our hopes? What are we that you are mindful of us? What are we that you should care for us? And yet, within us abides a measure of your Spirit. You are remote, but oh, how near, ordering the stars in the vast solitudes of the dark, yet whispering in our minds that you are closer than the air we breathe. For you have made us little less than divine, and crowned us with glory and honor. With love and awe we turn to you, and in the dark of the evening we seek the light of your presence. One and only God, you have made each of us unique and formed us to be united in one family of life. Be with us, Eternal One, as we seek to unite our lives with your power and your love. We proclaim now your oneness and our own hope for unity. We acclaim your creative power in the universe and in ourselves, the law that binds world to world and heart to heart. You want to help me with this one? Would you lead this one? Ready? Start singing. Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated unless you want to help me with the Vahafta, and then I ask you to please come up here. If you want. Mine goes backwards from yours, so it's harder to follow along. But you can. You know the Vahafta, come on up. Come on, sneak in. Get close to the mic. Ready? Go.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך על הדרך ובשוכבך ובכורך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להתכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love and turn to God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign in your hands. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of the house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my movements to do them. So you contemplate yourself to your God. I am your God. You are Japanese to be your God. I am your God.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness, a world waiting still to be redeemed, give us, O source of good, the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth. May earth reveal your justice and your love. From Egypt, the house of bondage, we were delivered. At Sinai, amid peals of thunder, we bound ourselves to your purpose. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, we survived oppression and exile, time and again overcoming the forces that would have destroyed us. Our failings are many, our faults are great, yet it has been our glory to bear witness to our God and to keep alive in dark ages the vision of a world redeemed. May this vision never fade. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we sing with one accord, as Moses, Miriam, and Israel sang just a few weeks ago at the shores of the sea. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nor ha'tehilot osef elem, nor ha'tehilot osef elem. V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. We praise you, guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to all the world. O God of Israel, may our worship on this day help us to grow in loyalty to our covenant with you and the way of life it demands, the way of gentleness and justice, the path of truth and of peace. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 76. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Source of all being, we turn to you as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens. They felt you in their hearts. They sought you in their lives. Now their quest is ours. Help us, O God, to celebrate the wonder of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring near to realization the great hope inherited from ages past for a world transformed by liberty, justice, and peace. Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good. You are the source of life and blessing. Help us to choose life for ourselves and our children. You are the support of the falling. Help us to lift up the fallen. You are the author of freedom. Help us to free the captive. You are our hope in death as in life. Help us to keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good. You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy. And those who strive to be Kedoshim, holy, declare your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. You may be seated. All right, get ready. We're going to do some drumming. You ready? Watch. You can stay here. I'll just move this here a little bit. I don't want to crash into you. Watch. You want to do drums? ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. מקדשי, מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. You can help, ready, go. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימין אותו קראת, drumroll, שבת. ישמחו, right, מלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. God of Israel, may our worship on this Sabbath bring us near to all that is high and holy. May it bind the generations in bonds of love and sharing, and unite us with our people in common hope and faith. And through Sabbath rest and worship, may we learn to find fulfillment and joy in the vision of peace for all the world. You are with us in our prayer, in our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, and pain clouds the mind, we look inward to the answer for our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Eternal source of good, we give thanks for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days, for life itself and its endless variety, for all that sustains body and mind, for love and friendship, for the delights of the senses, and for the excellence of your Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days. Teach us, God of wonders, to work for a just and compassionate society, where all may share your gifts in the joy of freedom. Adam is sad he can't be here tonight. We're going to do this in English instead of singing it. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. We praise you, O God, the source of peace and love. We take a moment now for silent prayer. my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. We now turn to page 162, because it's the quiz part of the service. We get to think about what this extra month is going to do for us. Have you thought about it? All the things you didn't get to do in your normal months, and now you get this spare month that you didn't expect. Poof. I hope you've got some good plans for this. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us renewed good and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, and health, a life full of blessing, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Wondrous God, in ancient days you led our people from bondage to freedom. Redeem us now out of our exile from one another, making all Israel one united people. Rosh Chodesh Adar Aleph, Yihya B'yamei Shlishi V'Revi'i, the new month of Adar 1 will begin on Tuesday and Wednesday. We read together at the bottom.
God of holiness, let the new month bring
for us and for the whole house of Israel life and peace, happiness and joy, deliverance and comfort. And let us say, Amen. He's awesome. Our hearts and our prayers now turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book. And I have to turn off our microphone for a moment as I read our list. Included in our list today are Audrey Aronstein, Sherry Baca, Sue Barber, Phil Blofris, Avery Kemp, Larry Courtney, Nathan Diana, Danny, Doug DeLynn, Linda Engelbert, Carol Ginsberg, Jay Graff, Jen Castillo-Hurst, Audrey Lewis-Carroll, Henry Lefkowitz, Sophie and Norman Rico, Joe Allison, Tim Weber, Angie Nolani, Patty Parker, Brooks Wendy, Nancy Rice, Philip Wallen, Justin Sandler, David Sapir, Tricia Sapir, Robin Shaven, Susan Shaven, Emily Simpson, Paula Sauer, Michael Saul, Sister Mary Jones, Virginia Walker, Ethan Weiss, Stephen Wright, and if you have other names for whom you would like us to be praying,
Gigi Zelensky,
please call them out.
Yoki.
For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts, we read together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. And we have come to add, Misheberach Avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us. In this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve, give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely, and let us say, Amen. You can sit down for a sec. In a moment, we will thank you. He said he wanted to sit next to the closest to the rabbi, but this was awesome. Let me just tell you, I never imagined. Nice job. So Last week, I missed you. Last week, we were freed. We got to dance. That was all exciting. That was the week before. Last week, I saw you all standing at Sinai, and that was awesome. I remember you there. I remember. And this week, it's boring because we get laws, lots of laws. And it strikes me, obviously, as kind of strange that you finally have freedom and all you get are restrictions. But life works like that. And I'm thinking that at a birthday celebration, Shabbat, where you're celebrating 95 years of that, of having that behind you, or as we said last night in our class, there are some languages that think that what is the past is what's in front of you, because you can see it. And what's the future is behind you, because you have no idea what to expect. It's hard to think about like that, but it's pretty cool when you do. So if we think about our past, there's an awful lot that we get to learn. We start off and we have freedom and where things are new, and it's a little bit hard sometimes to jump into something that's brand new. And as much as we would like to think that when we're jumping and we finally have freedom, there's always going to be rules for the next step, always. So, for example, you go off to college and next thing you know, you've got dorm rules. That's even worse than what it was like at home. Or you get married, and now, like, somebody cares how you squish your toothpaste? Seriously? And there are rules about almost everything, about calling before you come home and if you're going to be late, and it's guidelines. And most of those rules, as we grow up, are rules that we love because they have to do with people that we love. In Jewish law, we learn laws because sometimes life deals you things and you're just not sure what to do. And so sometimes when we learn the laws ahead of time, we're better prepared. When I think about the unbelievably cold temperatures in the north that really didn't affect us at all, it's very hard to imagine how cold that is. There were over 20 people who died from that cold. And so one of the laws that it made me think about is what happens if you find yourself in a situation where someone you see looks like they're in danger of dying. What do you do? So there are laws in Jewish tradition about what they help guide you about what you're supposed to do. So for example, if you see someone in the water and they look like they're drowning, do you think you should go save them? How many people say, yes, save them? Somebody you know and love is in the water drowning. Do you jump in and save them? Can you swim? If you can swim, then yes. If you can't swim, then no, because there's a good possibility we're going to lose both of you. There are guidelines about what if there are two things drowning. I don't know why I'm picking drowning in this, but there are two things drowning. A person you love or an animal you love. Which one do you choose first? And so I'm just going to tell you, yeah, right. Bye, honey. And I have to tell you, we can giggle about that, but that is a common thing that in ethics classes they ask you about. And it turns out that if it's a dog you don't know or any kind of animal you don't know compared to a person you don't know, I'm going to tell you that often, if we polled people, often you're going to find that 30% are going to save the cute little animal, 30% are going to save the person, and 30% are not really sure. And that's a reality. And so sometimes having the laws ahead of you, that it tells you what to do and it tells you why. Like when you're in the airplane and it says, put that oxygen mask on you first before you try to help somebody else. It's not because you love yourself more than the child who's sitting next to you. It's because it's a really good idea in order for you to be able to save that child to do that. I'm really glad, I don't know if you've traveled recently. I mean, they still have to tell us how to do belt buckles. That's kind of frustrating. But they finally started to tell you that when that oxygen mask goes on you, that it probably won't inflate and deflate. I think that's really helpful. I think I would have freaked out if I'm trying to get air and it's not inflating and deflating. And they also say, be careful because that thing is hot. I didn't know that until recently when they started to tell me. So sometimes, even though you feel free, and even though you feel like you got this, sometimes it's helpful to have guidelines. There was a pillow that I saw that reminds me when I have someone in my presence who has experienced life way more than I have. It says, learn from other people's mistakes. Life is too short to make them all yourself. Ruthie's trying, but we're getting there. So at this point in our service, I'm going to need 4 people to hold up poles, 4 people who don't have birthdays in February. Come on, you could do this. And I need someone to help with the pole holding, and I need the birthday people to come up. Birthdays and anniversaries. I know who you are. Come on up. Bill, you're in. You don't get to hold. It is such a blessing that people who have joyous occasions, who have a simcha, want to share that simcha with us. I think that it helps increase the joy for us and for them. So we say, God of days and of years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of our friends with birthdays and anniversaries. Be with them always as the joy of their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. Then will our lives be filled with abundance of blessing. And we say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu lazman hazeh. We thank you, God, because you gave us life, you kept us alive, and you made us reach this very special occasion and have gifts for everybody, King. There are 3 people who are over the age of 85, and they get a special present, and everybody else gets special presents. You ready? It's your birthday in February? Is it your birthday? Then you don't get it. If you're under the age of 13, come on up and open the ark. Everybody turns to page 148 and get ready to stand up when the ark is open. Ready? Please rise. Page 148, the ark is open. Mazel tov to everybody. Ready? What's in there? Whoa, one is sleeping. It's Shabbat. It's supposed to sleep. I think you should roll it over. Thank you. At least it's racing up. I like that idea. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adamar, shelo samchalkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu bend your knees, korim, and bow down, umishtachavim umodim. Now lift up. Lifnei melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. And on the facing page we sing, V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, bayom hahu. Yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. When the arks are closed, you may be seated. Oops. Hold on, wait. What are you doing? Sorry. Okay, we'll fix this. You may be seated. We continue on page 151. Come on. I think, did you leave it up here? What did we do with it? It's okay. Oh, maybe that's it. So, it is hard to believe. It's one of my worst fears, is to imagine freezing to death. So we are sad for all of those people. We remember them in our hearts. We pray for their families. May their memories be a blessing. I think that we have currently lost 10 people in our military this year. We've lost 10 police officers already this year. We've lost 3 canine officers already this year, and I'm sad to report that we've also lost a firefighter this year. We are grateful always for the people who run into dangerous situations so that we can be safe. On page 151, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. I'm going to offer you a moment of silence. You can read one of these readings or choose what's in your heart as we remember. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, and during this past Shloshim, we've lost Dr. Richard Langford. We've lost these congregants' parents who died within the past year: Sarah David, Flo Selber, Gloria Meyer, Richard Stewart, Clifford Bear, Joe Batt Sr., and Peter Haas. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing your site this week include Samuel Atkins, Ruby S. Blumenthal, Henry E. Kahn, Cecile Lemley Childs, Jake Kullick, Benjamin B. Eltis, Louis Feinberg, Carol L. Gam, Kenneth Gompertz, Goldie Williams Hain, Surf Hirsch, Morris Hirsch, Millie Hyman, Joe Kahn, Mrs. Saul Kaplan, Soretta Crom, Sadie L. Cooperman, Miriam Levine, Lillian A. Mandel, Max Morris, Cheryl S. Morris, Hyman Muslow, Armand Roos Jr., Jack Rubin, Morris Rubin, Melvin Steiner, and Thelma Winkler. In this moment of memory, our griefs and our sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv, v'imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha barichu, la'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. I'm going to call Mr. President up because guess what I forgot? So busy stressing about my microphone situation and stuff. You have a little bit to tell us, Mr. President.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy birthday and anniversary to all celebrating. And thank you to the Nierman and Bronig family for the blessings tonight. We also want to thank the family for hosting the Oneg Shabbat in honor of Ruthie's birthday. And I know Ruthie has gone down there, but I wanted to tell her a special happy birthday because there's not many people around anymore that know my mother. And it's always special for me to be able, my mother would have been 95 in April, I'm sorry. But it is special, and I know it's a blessing that y'all have Ruthie here. This Tuesday, there will be a Together Tuesday, 6 p.m. at the Whisk Dessert Bar on Azalea Drive next to the Azalea Cleaners. People of different backgrounds are encouraged to get together for an opportunity to reflect, converse, and get to know each other. Next Shabbat, February 9th, we will have a Kiddush Shabbat for families with young children. 9 to 9:30, Rabbi Jana leads a fun musical active service and will tell a story. People of Book Club are scheduled to meet 7 p.m. Tuesday, February 12th. They will discuss the book, The Last Watchman of Old Cairo, by Michael David Lucas. Please contact Helene if you are planning to attend. Donations were made to B'nai Zion for the pulpit flowers in honor of Ruthie Nierman's birthday by her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. In loving memory of Kenneth Gompertz by Claire Mizell, Debbie Kamaker, and the Robichaw family. And in loving memory of Millie Hyman by Dorothy and Bernard Lobel. Thank you.
Almost forgot. So now we get to call everybody under 13 up again because we're going to bless some bread because we have an awesome Oneg Shabbat. You may notice it's not over there. You got to go all the way down the hall. I think that's what happened is Ruthie already started. She's ahead of us. But she's not going to start eating until after we say our bracha. I promise. All right, ready? Hold on to the bottom. Everybody got the bottom? Come on, sneak in. Come on in. Move up a little bit. Come here. Nice. We saved you a spot. Everybody got a spot? Nice. And what's there? It's beautiful. It's a challah. Ready?
We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lehem min haaretz.
Batei avon. I get the bottom, you get the bread. Everybody gets a piece. Make sure everybody gets a piece. Woot. Come on. Admit it. This is your favorite part of the service, everybody, watching that happen. Make sure everybody gets a piece. Everybody got a piece? All right. There's more challah. There's a giant challah down there. Nice. There's a giant challah down there for the grown-ups. Okay? Please rise for the closing benediction. I don't think you can know how much I love being here. I had a good time. We had a lovely wedding last weekend, but oh my goodness, I missed you. It is a blessing to be here together. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. And delicious food down the hall and lots of hugs for Ruthie. Mazel tov to everybody with birthdays and anniversaries. Enjoy Adar.